Hello and welcome to the 2022 Lincoln Journal-Star Area Prep Sports Awards. I'm your host, Luke Mullin.
And I'm your co-host, Geoff Exstrom.
Today we're gathered to celebrate the great athletes and coaches from around our state and coverage area this year, and we'll hand out awards in 26 different categories celebrating their great achievements on the field. Well, you know, the last few years of high school athletics have been anything but normal, but this last year finally represented a return to normalcy, and there were great performances in all these different sports from our athletes in Lincoln and our surrounding coverage areas. We hope that you enjoy the show, and congrats to all our nominees and winners.
Big thanks to all of our sponsors for their support. Now let's get the show rolling. First, we're going to start with a sport that's only 2 years old. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Bowler of the Year nominees are Cooper Nichols from Lincoln Pius X, Dane Connor from Seward, Garrett Hansen from McCool Junction. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Bowler of the Year is Cooper Nichols from Lincoln Pius X. Nichols bowled a 4-game 956, a 239 average at the state tournament to grab the top seed for bracket play. He placed 8th at districts in helping lead the Thunderbolts to a district championship and a spot in the team portion of the state tournament. And now, the 2022 Prep Sports Girls Bowler of the Year nominees are Cecilia Yaros from Lincoln Pius X, Eve Brum from Seward, and Megan Haig from Seward. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Bowler of the Year is Eve Brum from Seward. Brum, who was an area girls bowling finalist in 2021, rolled a 493 at the A5 district meet to place second, and her score helped the Blue Jays secure the district title. She bowled a 152 average heading into state with a high game of 246. And now for the boys of fall. The 2022 Prep Sports Awards Football Player of the Year nominees are Jake Applegate from Lincoln Southeast, Malachi Coleman from Lincoln East, Noah Walters from Lincoln East. The 2022 Prep Sports Football Player of the Year is Noah Walters from Lincoln East. Walters had an all-time great performance as a senior, with his 3,402 passing yards standing as the all-time Class A state record. Walters was named the Super State team captain after throwing 44 touchdowns compared to just 5 interceptions. He led Lincoln East to a playoff appearance and earned a Division I opportunity with North Alabama. And now, Luke, you saw Noah play a lot this year. I mean, your thoughts on him winning Football Player of the Year?
Yeah, I mean, when you're thinking about top-notch quarterbacks, you're thinking about arm strength, their ability to lead the offense, and nobody was better than Walters. Just a cannon of an arm, and, you know, I saw multiple touchdown drives, get down the field 1 minute, 2 minutes. You know, the timing that he had with his wide receivers, just special, great player, and I mean, if you watched him, you knew he was a special quarterback out there.
The nominees for the 2022 Prep Sports Volleyball Player of the Year, sponsored by VC Nebraska, are Becca Alec from Waverly, Maya Larson from Wahoo, Shaylee Myers from Lincoln Southwest. The 2022 Prep Sports Volleyball Player of the Year is Becca Alec from Waverly, the first team Super Stater and Class B All-State Honorary Captain, piled up 442 kills despite missing the first part of the season to compete for Team USA 18U. She had a 37-kill game against Omaha Skutt in the state semifinals. Alec, recruited as a middle blocker, slid over to the outside hitter to help power Waverly to another state tourney berth. Luke, Becca Alec's been really impressive all year. Your thoughts on the future Husker?
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy is she broke her tibia to end her junior year, came back as a senior, and was even better. I mean, just watching her play, she's just so dominant at the net. The physicality, the blocking, you know, the offensive aspect too. It's all there. You know, it's a complete game for her at the net. You know, she's off with Team USA right now. We might see her as a Husker this fall. I mean, she's ready to make a big impact.
The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year nominees are Daniel Romery from Lincoln Northeast, Joe Volkmer from Lincoln East, and Riley Boonstra from Norris. The 2022 Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year is Daniel Romery from Lincoln Northeast. Romery had an outstanding season, winning 5 times. He finished in first or second place in 8 of his 10 races, including a second place finish at the Class A state meet. When he won the Heartland Conference meet, he gave Northeast its first individual champion at the conference meet in at least 30 years. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Cross Country Runner of the Year nominees are Brianna Wren, Lincoln Southwest; Kennedy Barty from Lincoln High; Maya Murray from Lincoln East. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Cross Country Runner of the Year is Brianna Wren from Lincoln Southwest. With a 4th place finish at the state meet, Wren was the top Lincoln runner at state, capping a great career where she finished in the top 14 at state all 4 years. This season, she finished in the top 7 at all 7 races, including 2 wins and a 2nd place finish at the LPS Championships. The 2022 Prep Sports Softball Player of the Year nominees are Ashley Smetter from Lincoln Southwest; Madison Deavies from Lincoln Southwest; Morgan Adams from Lincoln East. The 2022 Prep Sports Softball Player of the Year is Morgan Adams from Lincoln East. Adams had a remarkable junior year and yet was able to top that as a senior. Finishing with a Class A record 24 home runs, she hit .532 while keying the Spartans' charge to the Class A state championship game. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Golfer of the Year nominees are Kate Strickland from Lincoln Southwest; Neely Adler from Lincoln Southwest; Nicole Colbis, Lincoln Pius X. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Golfer of the Year is Nicole Colbis from Lincoln Pius X. Colbis wowed the state with a 2-day course record of 140 as a sophomore in 2020. She followed that with another state 2-round record of 136 to win her 2nd Class A title in as many seasons. The All-City Honorary captain shot rounds of 67 and 69 at Norfolk Country Club. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Tennis Player of the Year nominees are Kirby Lee from Lincoln East; Kyle Givens and Gabriel Winston from Lincoln East; Jakub Islamov from Lincoln East. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Tennis Player of the Year is Kirby Lee from Lincoln East. Lee lost just 2 matches at number 1 singles during the season, on his way to finishing as a state runner-up in Class A. He finished 37-2 and was the catalyst in the Spartans' run to the team state title. Lee also won titles in the Pius X, Lincoln East, and Omaha Westside Invites, as well as the Hack number 1 singles crown. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Basketball Player of the Year nominees are Ben Hunziker from Lincoln Southwest; Kale Jacobson from Ashland Greenwood; Sam Hostreiter from Lincoln Pius X. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Basketball Player of the Year is Kale Jacobson from Ashland Greenwood. A second-team Super State selection, Jacobson averaged 16.8 points per game while showing off his passing skills that made him one of the state's top guards. Jacobson set a C1 state tournament record with a jaw-dropping 43-point game in the state semifinals, followed by a victory over Auburn for Ashland Greenwood's first ever boys basketball state title. Luke, you covered a lot of boys basketball throughout the year. You've seen Kale play a lot. What are your thoughts on him winning this award?
Well, I mean, he's a great scorer, but the thing that stands out about him as a point guard is how unselfish he is. I mean, he did a great job all year, passed into his teammates, running the offense you want to, and no moment was bigger, of course, that C1 state championship final. I mean, game-winning shot, craziness, bring that title home to Ashland Greenwood. Legendary player there.
The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Basketball Player of the Year nominees are Danila Washington from Lincoln Northeast; Jonty Franklin from Lincoln High. Kennedy Williams from Lincoln Southwest. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Basketball Player of the Year is Kennedy Williams from Lincoln Southwest. Battling a finger injury midway through the season, Williams showed a lot of grit in leading the Silverhawks to a runner-up finish in Class A. She averaged 11.9 points, 3 assists, 3.2 steals, and 2.7 rebounds per contest, and was one of the state's top on-ball defenders. And Luke, you saw Kennedy play a lot this year, only a sophomore. Your thoughts on her winning this award?
Oh yeah, you have to be a really special player to run a Class A offense as a sophomore. I mean, she just reads the game so well, knows how to find her teammates, and we saw her at her highest level there at the state tournament. That semifinal game against Millard South, she was just dribbling circles around the court. I mean, just looks like a veteran player. 2 more years of her in that Southwest girls basketball program.
The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Wrestler of the Year nominees are Gabe Turman from Lincoln East, Keith Smith from Lincoln East, and Trevor Brown from Waverly. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Wrestler of the Year is Keith Smith from Lincoln East. After winning a state title as a sophomore, Smith returned to the top 2 years later, rolling through the 132-pound Class A bracket at CenturyLink Center, Omaha. At state, Smith pinned 3 of his 4 opponents and won the other match by major decision. He finished 34-2 and was named the Journal-Star's All-City Honorary Captain. Luke, Keith Smith, he's been just an impressive wrestler as career at Lincoln East. Your thoughts on him winning this award?
Well, I mean, the energy that he provided at that state tournament, just second to none. I mean, that entire Lincoln East wrestling team, they all showed up, and his senior leadership, you could tell that it played a big part in their runner-up finish. I mean, 2-time state champion, multiple pins there at the state tournament. His level of dominance in that weight class, really fun to watch.
The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Wrestler of the Year nominees are Jocelyn Prado from Johnson County Central, Kaylee Ricketts from Wahoo, McKenna Schramm from Fairbury. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Wrestler of the Year is Kaylee Ricketts from Wahoo. After winning the NSWCA championship a season before, Ricketts dominated on her way to a 165-pound state title in the first year of girls wrestling being sanctioned by the NSAA. She pinned her first 2 opponents at state and won the final 12-5 to finish at 50-0. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Swimmer of the Year nominees are Aiden Kolb from Lincoln Southwest, Kale Malinek from Lincoln Southwest, Tommy Palmer from Lincoln Southwest. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Swimmer of the Year is Kale Malinek from Lincoln Southwest. Malinek was named the Journal-Star's All-City Honorary Captain after winning 2 individual titles at the state meet and helping the Silverhawks capture a 2nd straight team crown. Malinek won the 100-yard breaststroke for a 3rd straight season and added gold in the 100 freestyle. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Swimmer of the Year nominees are Bella Livingston from Lincoln Southwest, Isabella Morales from Lincoln Southwest, Natalia Woods from Lincoln Southeast. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Swimmer of the Year is Bella Livingston from Lincoln Southwest. Livingston won the 50 and 100-yard freestyle at the Heartland Athletic Conference meet, and her momentum carried over into state, where she won the 50 freestyle gold, her first state title, in 23.72 seconds. The 2022 Prep Sports Baseball Player of the Year nominees are Jalen Worthley from Lincoln East, Keegan Brink from Lincoln East, Max Butenbach from Lincoln Southeast. And the 2022 Prep Sports Baseball Player of the Year is Jalen Worthley from Lincoln East. One of the most dominant pitchers in the entire state this year, Worthley was a first-team Super State selection after compiling a 7-0 record and a .84 ERA. Most impressively, he didn't lose a single game in his Lincoln East career at 14-0. Almost no one was better than Worthley in keeping runners off the bases and earning strikeouts in pressure situations. Those attributes will serve him well as a Division I pitcher. Now, Luke, this is your beat for the spring. You've seen Jalen play a lot this year. Your thoughts on him winning this award?
Yeah, well, first off, sorry to all the hitters that had to face him because he might have made a few of them look a little foolish. Just has that perfect mix of a fastball he can blow right by you, the off speed that just drops off the table, leaves you guessing. And I mean, that's the reason that he didn't lose a single game. Great competitor out there on the mound, one of the best pitchers we've seen come through Lincoln.
The nominees for the 2022 Prep Sports Girls Soccer Player of the Year, sponsored by Nebraska Villarreal Academy, are Grace Kohler from Norris, Kama Carpenter from Lincoln East, Samaya Hogue from Lincoln Southeast. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Soccer Player of the Year is Samaya Hogue from Lincoln Southeast. Hogue was outstanding during the state tournament while helping Southeast finish as a state runner-up. In a 1-0 overtime win against Omaha Westside in the first round, she made 12 saves. After that match, Southeast coach Liz Kramer said Hogue had played the game of her life. Then, in a 1-0 shootout win against Omaha Marion in the semifinals, she made a diving save to end the match. She was the honorary captain of the Journal-Star Super State soccer team. Now, Luke, Samaya Hogue, just an absolute great goaltender. Your thoughts on her winning this award?
Well, I mean, if you're looking for a player who comes up big in those big moments, it was definitely Hogue. You mentioned the state tournament. I mean, look at districts. She played a great game just to get her team into state. I mean, you won't find anybody more solid there at the back, commanding of the defense, great kicks. Obviously, it's the saves that attract your attention. Big reason why she's going to be a Division I keeper.
The nominees for the 2022 Prep Sports Boys Soccer Player of the Year, sponsored by Villarreal Nebraska Academy, are Aiden Nocky from Lincoln East, Braden Kramer from Lincoln Southwest, and Ian Moorhead from Waverly. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Soccer Player of the Year is Braden Kramer from Lincoln Southwest. Kramer played a big part in Southwest getting back to the state tournament despite graduating 10 seniors from the previous season. He had a goal or assist during most of the Silverhawks matches. His 17 goals were just 3 off the school record, and he missed 2 matches due to injury. The nominees for the 2022 Prep Sports Boys Track and Field Athlete of the Year, sponsored by Lincoln Track Club, are Grant Shear from Waverly, Malachi Coleman from Lincoln East, Reese Grossroad from Lincoln Pius X. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Track Athlete of the Year is Malachi Coleman from Lincoln East. Coleman emerged as one of the top sprinters in the state while also contributing in the jumps. Considered the top football recruit in the 2023 class, Coleman ran the 200 meters in 21.31 seconds at districts to land at number 10 on the all-time charts. He also had the state's fastest time in the 100. The nominees for the 2022 Prep Sports Girls Track Athlete of the Year, sponsored by Lincoln Track Club, are Adriana Rodencall from Lincoln Lutheran, Dahaz Defran from Lincoln High, and Kate Campos from Lincoln Pius X. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Track Athlete of the Year is Dahaz Defran from Lincoln High. Not only did Defran sweep all class gold medals in the 100 and 200 meter dashes for a second straight season, she cemented her place in state history. At districts, she ran the 100 in 11.6 seconds, which tied for the all-class state record and is the fastest electronic time in state history. Then at state, Defran set a state record in the 200. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Golfer of the Year nominees are Thomas Bryson from Lincoln Southeast, Thomas Gatlin from Lincoln East, and Will Topolsky from Lincoln East. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Golfer of the Year is Thomas Bryson from Lincoln Southeast, Bryson fought through a crowded leaderboard in the cool conditions to become the first Southeast golfer to win a state championship since 2005. After shooting a bogey-free 69 in the opening round, Bryson followed with an even par 72 to win the Class A state title by 3 strokes. That also included a runner-up finish at the NGA Junior Match Play Championships in June. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Tennis Player of the Year nominees are Belinda Rademacher from Lincoln East, Kamila Ibrahimova from Lincoln Southeast, and Corinne Barber from Lincoln Southeast. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Tennis Player of the Year is Belinda Rademacher from Lincoln East. Rademacher finished her first high school season atop Class A, defeating Lincoln Southeast Kamila Ibrahimova 6-4, 6-2 in the #1 singles final at Koch Family Tennis Center in Omaha. She finished 34-6. Won a title at the Papillion La Vista Invite, and was named the All-City Honorary Captain. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Coach of the Year nominees are Jacob Mose from Ashland Greenwood, Nate Godwin from Parkview Christian, Ross Mueller from Lincoln Southwest. The 2022 Prep Sports Boys Coach of the Year is Jacob Mose from Ashland Greenwood. The Ashland Greenwood boys basketball team had only made 2 state tournaments prior to Moses' arrival in 2012, and he oversaw an all-time great effort in 2022. The Blue Jays posted a record of 27-1, with their only loss coming to eventual Class B champion Omaha Roncalli by 2 points early in the year. Luke, you covered this Ashland Greenwood team a lot during the basketball season, and they would not be where they're at without their head coach.
Yeah, I've got one word that describes Coach Mose. It's cool. Calm, collected. Wait, that's 3. Well, he's all 3 of them. I mean, just watching him in those state finals, we're talking about a tie game, 10 seconds left. He's just standing there on the sideline. Might as well have been, season opener, regular season game. That confidence definitely rubbed off on the Ashland Greenwood team. Played great basketball all year long. Was a big part in that state championship effort.
The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Coach of the Year nominees are Brian Kuborik from Lincoln East, Dominique Kelly from Lincoln High, Sue Ziegler from Lincoln Lutheran. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Coach of the Year is Brian Kuborik from Lincoln East. Kuborik, who also serves as a track assistant at East, led the Spartans to their 4th straight state championship last fall. East became the first Class A team to win at least 4 straight since Omaha Marion. The Spartans had 3 top 10 finishers, Peyton Sevilla, Maya Murphy, and Izzy Apel, at the state meet, and they rolled to a hack meet title while not losing a team race all season. Now, Luke, impressive resume Kuborik has, and he gets our Girls Coach of the Year. Your thoughts on him winning this award? Yeah, well, the thing about that Lincoln East cross country program and Coach Kuborik is just the level of consistency. The off-season work is really just so important for cross country, and I don't think anybody does it better than Lincoln East. They just have such a great job of training these athletes, getting them ready for competition, and of course, competing at the highest level. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Athlete of the Year nominees are Arison Vonderschmidt from Fall City Sacred Heart, Kaylee Jurgensmeyer from Bishop Newman, Kennedy Williams from Lincoln Southwest. The 2022 Prep Sports Girls Athlete of the Year is Kennedy Williams from Lincoln Southwest. Williams played critical roles for 3 state-bound Silverhawk teams. In basketball, she averaged 11.9 points, 3.2 steals, and 3 assists per contest, while earning second-team Super State honors for the state runner-up Silverhawks. In softball, Williams was the starting shortstop for Southwest, which won Class A. Williams hit .362 with 6 home runs, 7 doubles, and 29 RBIs. In soccer, Williams helped the Silverhawks reach the state semis. Luke, we've already talked about Kennedy and her contributions on the basketball court, but she's a multi-sport athlete. She excelled everywhere this year. Yeah, well, what's crazy is that her lowest finish of the year was the state semifinals in soccer. Runner-up, state champion, that level of consistency is just incredible. Yes, she's a star in basketball, but so great for that softball team, key cog in that soccer team. Could she be all state next year in all 3? We'll see. We definitely will. The nominees for the 2022 Prep Sports Boys Athlete of the Year, presented by T.O. Haas, are Malachi Coleman from Lincoln East, Noah Walters from Lincoln East, and Trevor Brown from Waverly. And the 2022 Prep Sports Boys Athlete of the Year is Malachi Coleman from Lincoln East. A three-sport varsity athlete at Lincoln East, Coleman earned over a dozen Power 5 scholarship offers following a jaw-dropping football season where he caught 10 touchdowns and recorded 7.5 sacks. Coleman also contributed on East's basketball team before earning himself several medals at the state track and field meet. Luke, you've seen Malachi throughout this entire high school sports season. He's one of the best athletes to come around in some time, and as a result, he gets this award.
Yeah, I mean, what you're looking for in that Boys Athlete of the Year, someone who just makes a big impact in every sport. And I mean, that fits him to a T. In football, absolute game wrecker, offense or defense. Basketball, huge post presence on that team. And of course, I mean, he was electric there at the state track meet. People came to watch him run. I mean, he sure showed up. Big reason, he's going to be a big Power 5 recruit. Great kid, great athlete, hard worker, and very deserving of the award.
Well, that's going to wrap up the 2022 Journal Star Area Sports Awards. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And Luke, you've covered all these athletes throughout the season. I mean, it's such an honor to be able to give out these awards to all these tremendous athletes. Yeah, of course. We just want to congratulate, of course, our award winners, all the nominees. I mean, you wouldn't be nominated for these awards if you didn't put in all the hard work, all the effort in the off season just to get to that point in your respective sports. I mean, great performances on the court, in the pool, on the track, wherever it might have been. And of course, we appreciate all of you for following the coverage all year long, for supporting your school, supporting your athletes, and continuing to make Lincoln Prep Sports a bright and beautiful future. Thank you so much again, everyone, for watching. Make sure to check out the special Sunday edition of the Journal Star in the sports section, as we'll be outlining all the nominees and winners. So make sure you go and catch that. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you later.